Starlight Sports Productions presents the Scoreboard Sports Show. The Scoreboard Sports Show is brought to you in part by Walgreens at the corner of Happy and Healthy, GROGAN Advisory Services, Private Wealth Management, Off the Grid Inc., helping you get off the grid everywhere under the sun, Venture Productions, and Buffalo Wild Wings. 102.5 WLOD, the greatest hits. 103.5 Thunder Country, your 10-in-a-row station, and JJ's Restaurant and Sports Bar in Abingdon.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Scoreboard Sports Show. We're here at Buffalo Wild Wings, and we'd like to thank everyone for coming out. Folks, please be sure and remember, we've got our photo of the week. Keep those pictures coming in. We're also got the question of the day, so pay close attention to the show today, and at the end of the show we'll announce that. Always remember www.thescoreboardsportshow.com. You know how to do it. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on YouTube, and we're really glad to be here tonight at Buffalo Wild Wings. We want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors, Walgreens, Venture Productions, Craig's Crown Cuts, Off the Grid Incorporated, and we're really pleased tonight to have with us the coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones, Coach Shawn Witten.
Glad to be here. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Shawn, for coming out. We really appreciate you and what you do. Shawn, you know, our show's kind of new, and we're just trying to kind of highlight some local athletes in the area and that sort of thing. And we know that you guys work really hard. Can you kind of give us a little, for the viewers that don't know who you are? Of course, everybody knows you. Right. Everybody knows you where I am anyway. But can you kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been at Elizabeth?
Right, I'm Coach Shawn Witten. I've been at Elizabeth. This is going in my 7th year. You know, I'm from Elizabethton, kind of roots in Elizabethton there. Everybody knows my family tradition there. I mean, grandfather started the program there in 1976. You know, my uncle played there. My 2 other brothers played there, Ryan and Jason, my Uncle Scott. And, you know, Elizabethton is just a special place for us. It's kind of where we grew up, you know, and it's a place where we all, every one of my brothers and my uncle played for my grandfather there, and it's just a really special place for us.
Well, you know, that tradition means a lot. You know what I mean? It carries on and on and on. We can see there in Elizabeth and your grandfather coming out in you, and that's a really special place.
Well, it's you know, it's a lot more a personal investment. It's not like coaching at any other high school. You know, there's a lot of family roots there. The field's named after my grandfather. The high school address is named after Jason. Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of family memories, which is a really special place. And you know, my grandmother's been in those stands for a number of years there. My mom's been right there, and you know, it's just great to be able to walk the sidelines and be a part of, you know, what my grandfather started and try to keep carrying on that tradition.
Right. You know, and that kind of carries on to the players. You know, when they know that there's something special.
Well, we try to create a family environment. You know, we try to really, you know, our motto is, you know, one family, one team, one goal. Right. You know, guys working together to really try to, you know, I mean, I got my assistant coaches' kids grow up around football players, and that's the way I did. You know, I grew up being around the football team, being a little water boy, you know, just doing whatever I can to be a part of the team, and we just try to create that environment. You know, it's a family environment. You know, we try to, you know, let the kids know we care about them, right. You know, and then we just go out there and try to do the best we can and work extremely hard.
Right. But you've got a wonderful staff. Your staff's been with you for how long?
Well, this is going in our 7th year. You know, we're lucky as a high school staff. You know, our camaraderie has stayed the same, and I think that's what makes up a good program. You know, a lot of times in the high school, assistant coaches come and go, right. You know, and you just kind of got to feel the staff. But I'm fortunate, you know, since the first day I started, I got a great defensive coordinator in Stan Hogg, who's coached at Greenville and all over the Tri-Cities, been a head coach before. You know, it gives really a strong presence for me that some guy that I can really lean on. Jeff Pierce has been there. Our offensive line coach really does a great job. Probably our smartest football coach. Right. He also teaches calculus and physics and all that stuff we don't understand. But you know, and then you got Travis Hurley, Greg Hyder, Josh Boatman. You know, those are the foundation of our varsity football program there. And then we picked up along the way some great coaches Jerry Jenkins, Brian Jenkins, Ryan Prestel, Jim Green to help with our younger guys there. So we're fortunate at Elizabeth High School. And what my grandfather created was an atmosphere of coaches is, 9 or 10 guys going in there, busting their tails and making sure that, hey, it doesn't matter who calls the plays, who calls the shots. It's about, end of the day, getting a good result.
Right. We were fortunate enough last week to have Mr. Alexander on.
Right.
And he was telling us a lot about what's getting ready to happen next year at Elizabethton High School.
Well, it's a special place. The town of Elizabethton. It's a really tight community, and these guys right here. 2 of these guys here today, aren't from Elizabethton.
Right.
They grew up in another school. They grew up in another environment. But they made a decision to come play at Elizabethton High School for different reasons, and we just try. That's what in our environment we try to create. But Elizabethton for a long time has had a great place to play.
Right.
And there's a lot of great football players that played there. There's a lot of great tradition. And what's happened over the last couple of years is between the school system and the city hasn't really done enough to really keep that Brown Children's Stadium, Dave Ryder Field, in top-notch shape. Right. And then what you've seen in the last couple of years, if you've seen some different school systems really expand and get new, and for us to be able to be a top-notch program, you got to keep up with the Joneses. They say, Science Hill got a new stadium in Greenville and in Morristown, and so for us to be able to compete at that level we want to compete at, we're trying to go in a new direction and get a new stadium at the high school. The school board in the city has already approved the $6.5 million to go ahead and get started on that. So we're excited about what's going ahead. But I tell you, Kelvin, the biggest thing is if you don't have tradition and you don't have good players and you don't have championships, that new stadium doesn't come. And so, when you got good football players and you go out there and you compete for championships year in and year out, that's why you're able to get a new stadium.
Exactly. And you brought 3 of your guys here tonight. Can you tell us who all's here?
Well, we got a special football team this year, Kelvin. We're coming off a really good year a year ago, a lot of expectations, and our football team started off 0-2 a year ago. We won 11 straight wins, but these guys are a main part of that. We lost 4 senior linemen a year ago, and we all know your son is one of our good players on our football team. But going into this year, we got some guys here that really have come on for us. One of the most consistent things for us in the preseason and in the off season is you got to have those linemen.
Right.
And today I got with me got Tyler Hubbard, it's number 66, plays right tackle. I got Andrew Byers on the end down there, number 51, that plays right guard and nose tackle. I also got Adam Owens as a defensive end and left guard, and these guys are seniors. They lead our offensive line, but they also are the core for our foundation in our all-season program. They're every day lifting weights. They're every day grinding it out, and no matter what we have at the special skill positions, this group right here is what our team's made of.
Right. And I've watched these guys in the summertime, and you really put them through their paces. But I tell you, Shawn, one thing that's really, truly impressed me is there's nothing that you ask these kids to do that you don't get out there and do with them. And that really, really makes for a close.
Well, I'm fortunate, in order to have a good program, you got to have good kids, and the kids, they do whatever you ask them to do. They'll stay and work as long as you do. We ask 2 things of our kids, do the best you can and just be coachable. And as long as you got those 2 things, you can do whatever you want to. But, I'm still young and trying to stay at it. I try to get out there and work with them a little bit. So, but it's exciting. It's fun. It's full of energetic, and just try to let the kids know that, hey, whatever we ask them to do, we're going to try to be there right there with them. And but it's these guys as seniors, they pay a price when they're freshmen and sophomores and juniors. They got to sometimes work to get there. But these 3 guys, as you can see, they're the 3 biggest guys on our football team, and they do a great job for us. And when you got these guys going out there throwing the weight around as they do and running, and it just it makes you want to get out there and join them.
Sure. Hey guys, can I ask you a question? You've been around for what? 2 years? 2 years, and you've seen Adam here, and you've seen these guys working, and how does it make you feel to be on a program where everybody works together as one?
it's a good thing. We all get together and work hard and just out there and do our best.
Well, you guys have really done well. Adam, you've been a leader on this team for quite a few years, you know, and we actually had your younger brother on the show earlier because they had done some stuff, and I told him that night that he had some big shoes to fill. You've been working real hard to carry on that football tradition. I know your dad played football and that sort of thing, so what can you tell the younger kids that you work with every day and the kids in middle school and what they need to do when they start stepping up to the next level?
I mean, you just got to keep going, keep pushing. I mean, you can't give up. I mean, it don't matter how big you are or how small you are, you just got to have that motor to keep going and not lose.
Right. Okay. Mr. Hubbard?
Yeah.
You've been here for 2 years too, right?
Yes.
And joining this program and being coached by these guys, what's that? How does that make you feel? I mean, what can you really tell us about how you feel today going into your senior year this year, hopefully with everything going well? How does that make you feel?
I feel pretty well prepared because we have pretty tough practices, so I feel like I'll be able to perform pretty good throughout my senior year.
Mm-hmm. And what can you tell them guys, the guys that's in middle school and the guys that's coming up behind you? What can you let them guys know to be ready for it, to kind of give them an extra push? What can you tell those kids?
They just got to be focused for what's going to come to them when they come up into high school football. I mean, it's a lot more competition.
Competition is tougher, isn't it? All right. Well, guys, we really appreciate you coming out.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so very much for coming out to the show. And, hopefully we'll be able to keep up with you as the year goes on and to see how things are going. And we always want to know how these guys are doing, you know. And, folks, we'll be right back with more of the Scoreboard Sports Show right after this.
The biggest stars.
Hi, I'm Luke Bryan.
The most Thunder Country.
Hi, this is Rascal Flatts.
10 in a row. All day. 103.5 Thunder Country. 1035thundercountry.com.
Hey, it's Bob and Sherry Mornings on 102.5 WOLD.
The greatest hits.
The 60s, the 70s, the 80s. 102.5 WOLD.
Thank you. Glad to be back here at JJ's Sports Bar and Grill in Abingdon. Again, we want to thank Joel Juergens, the owner, for the good hospitalities he's provided us tonight. And just want to remind everybody, got game? Get on the scoreboard! All right. We're back here with two more of Virginia High's football players. These are some of the captains of the Bearcats and Coach Chris' team. We got with us Justin Brown and Chandler Davis. Hi, guys. How y'all doing tonight? Good. Good. Well, I'm going to ask y'all again what I think is a tough question. I told y'all before we got started that I thought it was a tough question. Tell me, Chandler, why do you play the game of football?
Well, this is only my second year ever playing, so, I mean, this is kind of a tougher question for me. But I never really got the experience to just go out there and when I was mad to hit somebody as hard as I can. And I guess, I mean, it feels pretty good to do it. It's just, it's a lot different in baseball. I've been playing baseball since I was little. And you can't just go out in baseball and hit somebody whenever you want or get mad at somebody. You kind of have composure, I guess. But when you get on the football field, somebody makes you mad, and you can get right back up, and, I mean, you can hit them. That's just all there is to it.
All right, what about you, Justin?
Well, unlike Chandler, I've played football all my life like he's played baseball, and I mean, I just think it's a whole nother feeling than anything else. And I mean, you can't, like he said, you can't go out and just hit somebody for no reason when you're mad, but on the football field, I mean, it's just one big family, and I mean, you know, somebody's always got your back if you get knocked down, and you'll get right back up.
So it's controlled aggression, is that what you want to call it? What do you think your plans are after high school? I mean, are you thinking about playing a sport in college, or you just want to go through school? And even tell us a little bit about not only about what you plan to do after high school, but what's in the plans for work, a job?
Well, of course, I want to be a Division I baseball player, a 4-year college. But I'm going to major in environmental science. I do have that down, so I'm going to try to do something with the outdoors, which is what I love. But hopefully I can be a college baseball player and get better at that, and then that takes me farther than college.
What kind of jobs do you expect to get with a degree in environmental science?
I mean, if I really want to get into it, I can be a game warden, which is what my dad always wanted to be. He wanted to be in the Air Force, but, I mean, he couldn't physically. But a game warden, that's what I really want to be. I mean, that's what my dad's always wanted to be, and I look up to my dad, like I said earlier. So pretty much whatever he motivates me to be, I'm gonna shoot for my best to do it.
Excellent. All right, what about you, Justin? What about the college part of it, and then maybe even after college?
Well, I definitely want to go play college football, and our head coach, Coach Daniels, he's really good with colleges for baseball, and he said he's got some stuff lined up for everybody on the baseball team. So if football doesn't work out, I have to look into that. But after that, I really want to be in sports, mainly. Just anything to do with sports, sports medicine, sports therapist, anything with that. And I really just want to major in sports medicine, help out any way I can within sports.
Excellent, excellent. What do you guys, as far as Coach Chris goes, what do you see different this year than last year?
A whole lot of intensity. I mean, you jog on the field, you jog off, you hustle to the next station, to and from, everywhere. I mean, it's high intensity, and the more intensity you have, I say the easier it gets, because, I mean, that's more blood flow, and you just really have to want to be out there and really want to work, and then you'll get through it easy.
Chandler, I know you didn't play last year, but again, what do you see as far as football practice compared to maybe some other practice you've maybe had in baseball, that kind of thing? I know it's two different sports, but...
Yeah. Well, I get there at 7:30 in the morning, and Coach is always screaming at us, man. He's telling us, let's go, let's get a good lift in, let's get a good football practice in. I just like coaches who are really into their kids, and he really pushes us to do our best. I mean, if he does get on us all the time. If we're not doing something right, by gosh, he's right there in your face getting on you. He's screaming at you, he's telling you to do better. You do something right, he picks you up.
Excellent. Again, guys, I want to thank you for being here. I wish you the best of luck the rest of the year. And again, take care of yourself, and good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Sam, and welcome back to the Scoreboard Sports Show. We're here at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I know everybody up at Abingdon is having a great time. Once again, we want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors, and we're very pleased to have with us tonight, because we're also this week on the show, we're having another one of our medical timeouts, and we have with us Dr. Tim Dunne of Dunne Chiropractic. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
All right, Doc. We kind of met you in a really cool way.
We did.
In a really cool way, and we discovered that you're bringing a unique talent to the area, one very needed. Because on our medical timeout, we talk a lot about what kids need to do to stay healthy, what they need to do if they become injured, and that sort of thing. So first of all, we would like for you to tell our viewers who you are and what you do and kind of what brought you to the area.
My name is Dr. Tim Dunne. I'm a spine and sports chiropractic. My wife is also a chiropractor, and what we bring that's unique is we bring the ability to put athletes back together. And more importantly, we train athletes before they have injuries so that when there is an injury, it's not as severe. Mm-hmm. So we want to address the issues before it happens, right, not after it happens.
Right.
And that's what we're doing with the U.S. Olympic team. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that you're starting to see more and more in college, mm-hmm, more and more in the pro level. It's the whole concept of taking care of the body, taking care of the person long before there's ever a problem.
Right.
And when you're able to do that, you function at a higher level and you got better outcomes.
Right, right. Now, y'all came here from, where are you originally from?
We're from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Go Blue.
You're from Michigan, and up there you work with the Olympic training, a lot of Olympic athletes and stuff as well.
In Michigan, I really worked with a lot of high schools, semi-pro football teams, and I'm still one of the physicians for the Arnold Classic.
Oh, okay.
Which is the largest sports venue in the world. It's held the first weekend in March, Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, okay, great. Now, Doc, can you just kind of elaborate on the importance of for the kids out there? And you talked about pre and in the middle of.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about pre? What are some of the things you kind of do for an athlete that as they prepare to in their workout and stuff, getting ready for a season, whether it be football, basketball, baseball, whatever?
When we talk about exercise, it's very sports specific, and even not only sports specific, it's position specific. If you're a volleyball player and you're an outside hitter versus a libero, that makes a difference. If you're a running back versus a lineman, it makes a difference. And we're being very educated on proper exercise. From there we get into food. And with teenage kids, I can't stress the importance to stay away from processed foods. Processed foods has got too much sugars, too much high fructose corn syrup. You just need to stay away from that. But the biggest thing that kids have got to stay away from is sodas, sports drinks, Powerades, Monster drinks. That's just poison in a bottle, boys and girls. That's just nasty stuff. Stay away from it at all risks.
Right. So that's some of the pre-stuff you do. And I'll tell you what we're going to do, Doc. We're going to take a little break right here. We're going to come back, and then we're going to talk more about some of the things you do to help with injuries, and then we'll wrap up here shortly.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll be right back with more of the Scoreboard Sports Show right after this.
It's the day, it's finally arrived. It's your wedding day. It's the moment you've been waiting all your life. It's your wedding day.
Ah, your wedding day. That one special day in your life you'll never forget. So let Venture Productions capture all those special moments at your wedding for you to treasure a lifetime. Our approach to videography is one of creativity and excellence. Call Venture Productions for your video services.
It's the moment you've been waiting all your life. It's your wedding day. Yeah.
The national doubles and the Sumter one.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Scoreboard Sports Show. And we want to thank everyone for coming out tonight here at Buffalo Wild Wings. We also want to thank everyone for being at our other location, JJ's Restaurant and Sports Bar in Abingdon, Virginia. So we're here tonight. Okay, folks, remember now, always remember we have the question of the day and we have the photo of the week. Keep those pictures coming in. We've had some great ones. We'll be posting our winners this week. And tonight, folks, we want to have a return guest, someone who's been on the show before, and we're really pleased to have back with us tonight, Danni Vines.
Hi, it's nice to be back.
Danni, we asked you to come back and tell us a little bit about what's been going on, and I understand that there's been a lot of big things happening for you. So can you first of all tell us a little bit about some of the tournaments that you've been in since you were last on the show?
Well, 2 weekends ago, I played in a national doubles 16 and under event in Winston-Salem, and my partner and I got 5th place out of 16 teams, and it was a national level tournament played at a pro site at Wake Forest whenever a men's pro tournament was going on. And it was a really good experience, and it was really fun to play an all doubles tournament.
And do you play doubles a lot?
I do. I play doubles in most tournaments, but most tournaments focus more on singles.
Mhm.
So it was a change to play just doubles.
Right, right. Now, you also you've been in a couple of more tournaments, right, recently? Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Yes, I played in Sumter, South Carolina last weekend and another national open. And it was an 18 and under, and me and my partner won the doubles, which was my first 18 and under national open title. And I finished in the 5th and 6th spot in singles, and it was a really good experience and a good tournament. And I had a lot of really good wins.
Really? So you know, I think I came and we actually saw you working out and saw you practicing and stuff like that. So it seems to be paying off pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I work really hard, and it's been paying off a lot.
Now, what's coming up for you next? What tournaments are on the horizon for you?
My next tournament is in a couple weekends. It's called Junior Cup, and it's a team event, and I'll be playing for Team Tennessee in the 18 and under division, and we'll play all other Southern state teams, and it'll be like Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, places like that. And it's a really fun tournament because you get to play like with your teammates from Tennessee, and it's good to see how we do against other states and everything.
Now, where will that be held at?
It's in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh, in Chattanooga? Really? And when will that be?
I think it's in 2 weekends from now.
2 weekends from now? Okay. Now let me ask you another question. When you do these, does this help your national ranking when you do this next tournament coming up?
I don't think the next one does. I think it helps Southern ranking, but the last 2 that I've played have helped nationally.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to take a little break, and we'll come back and we'll find out a little bit more about your national ranking, okay?
Okay.
Folks, we want to thank you so much. We'll be right back with more of the Scoreboard Sports Show right after this. Thanks for coming back, folks, for more of the Scoreboard Sports Show. We're here at Buffalo Wild Wings, and we want to thank you very much. Okay, we're here with Lauren from Pure Massage, and Lauren, you've been here all evening, and we're going to do our question of the day. Now, I'm going to ask you, do you recall what rank Danni Vines was in the Southern region? Folks, do you remember that question? What rank is Danni Vines in the Southern region? Go to www.thescoreboardsportsshow. Go to the contact page, fill out that information, click submit. If you answer this question by 12 midnight on Sunday, you will receive a prize from the Scoreboard Sports Show prize vault. So, folks, always remember, keep checking us out on Facebook, keep checking us out on YouTube, and folks, if you always remember what we say here on the show, got game. Let's go, Ethan.
Okay, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're here at the end of the show, and we have some scoreboard shufflers. We have Danni, who is a tennis champion, so in honor of you, we're going to add in the tennis move. So, you guys ready? They're not too pumped, but anyway, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, left, score. Left, right, yell it, score. Right, left, score. Left, right, score. Right, left, score. Left, right, score. All right, got game? Get on the scoreboard. See ya.